Let's see if I remember how to TF2. Close my browser window so I don't get a random flash crash on any TF2.
Oh man, you gotta watch Sigma and give him the views.
I think you underestimate how many people you get watching Diablo 3.
Maybe I'll try streaming it, but the problem is it's just boring now, because I beat Diablo, what am I going to do?
Try to farm something to sell in the real money auction house.
I guess. It doesn't feel like it's worth my time to farm for like 8 hours and then get, you know, one thing worth $250. Well, I guess that it kind of is worth it. I don't know if I'd get it though, because people are only crazy because it's so early, and like I got a dagger that sold once in, you know, maybe the 25 or so times I killed Asmodan. So
I guess I was pretty lucky. It's one of the highest DPS 1Hs to exist.
It was the highest ceremonial dagger on the real money auction house, so that's why it sold, I think. Anyways, for the people just joining the stream, this is like really early. I mean, the match is supposed to start now, but they're only like a couple people in, so we're just going to be talking about whatever for a little bit, and then we will get into casting and predictions and stuff as we get closer to the match actually starting. So if you want, you can hang out or whatevs. It's cool. And why doesn't XTV let me use their channel? Well, I don't have the info because I've never streamed for them, but I don't know. I haven't really asked. I'm sure they would if I was persistent enough about it.
And then you stream Diablo 3 on it.
Yeah. So that's Sephi. I'm Sigma. Defiance is also in channel, so you'll probably hear from him at some point as well.
Hi.
There you go.
I bumped your thread promising free game D3 talk you guys better deliver.
Okay. Well, that's what we were just talking about. How many people would actually watch me stream D3? I don't think
one of the best. He's one of the best geared demon hunters, man. He can clear it. He can farm Act 3 easily. Inferno.
I don't know about best geared. I watched Athene's stream briefly, and his flippin' nether tentacles hits for like as much as my spike traps. So
that's because he cheats, man. He gets people to like funnel gear into him.
Yeah, well, he's the best geared dude. Maybe it'd be more exciting, because it's a lot harder when you don't insta-give Diablo, like, before he can use his moves.
That just goes against the spirit of Diablo when so many people are funneling gear into one character. I think it could be fun to do an Iron Man run.
Yeah, maybe, like, heck, if we play some hardcore, I'll stream it. Stream till we die.
What's Iron Man?
Well, traditionally in Diablo games, Iron Man is when you're not allowed to use any of the town services at all. So you just start a game, you go basically until you die. In Diablo 1, you were allowed to use resurrection scrolls and other characters, which is similar to how reviving other characters works in Diablo 3. So if we were to play a Diablo 3 Iron Man, basically, like I said, no town services at all, no repairing, no buying, selling, things like that. And then you can only revive if somebody revives you using the in-game, whatever the thing is, they use your grave and you revive.
Yeah.
I thought you can revive in hardcore?
No.
Oh.
I'm saying that this is how you would play Iron Man. In my opinion, that this is what the spirit of Iron Man would be.
We could just play it on hardcore to make it more difficult, but we'll see.
Yeah, but like I said, I think it was a lot more interesting in the other Diablos because there were more resources to manage. Especially in Diablo 1, you had to manage your identify scrolls, you had to manage your repair shrines, and the classes also had skills that could be useful. The warrior could repair a piece of gear, but it would permanently take off some of the durability from it. And the sorcerer could recharge a staff, but it would also permanently take off some of the max charges.
Well, that'll just be the challenge, because we can't repair at all, so the challenge will be in your items eventually wear out.
Yeah, but that's not as big of a deal as it was in Diablo 1, because your items were so much more limited in Diablo 1 because you couldn't identify everything. You just didn't have the scrolls to identify everything, whereas in D3, you probably, the most important thing is if your weapon wears out, and then some other random blue weapon will probably be just as good because blue things are really good in Diablo 3.
I guess, well, we can see. We can make rules to make it interesting.
Yeah, there are also the issues of, who gets what spellbook. You'd want to give most of your spellbooks to the sorcerer, but there were other spells that would be more beneficial to the other classes.
Hey, is somebody keeping track of my
Well, we got... Is this server full? Do we have everybody?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, they're just in spec. So, that's the D3 chat for tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. We're going to talk about some TF2.
No, Sting left, man. We can
Okay,
totally
good. He's rejoining, but he's not in yet, so... Spike Trap's pretty good. Nether Tentacles, also pretty good. Just kidding. So this is Madmen versus Dead Hand Gang, or Jammin'. I don't know why they're tagged as Jammin'. They have been for a while, but... their team name... Was there like a story behind that? They were like jamming with Justin or something? Because he was carrying during the scrim?
I have absolutely no clue. I think it's just a play on Benjamin.
Oh, that's true. It's a possibility. But Ben isn't playing with them anymore, I thought? Because he was Medic before, and now they have Sting playing Medic. I don't know.
Yeah. Plus, there will always only be one jammin' team in our hearts.
It's true. So let me pull up some stats from the season. Let's see.
Yeah, both of these teams are just completely full of TF2 veterans, people who have played multiple seasons at a pretty high level.
Yeah, on the season, Dead Hand was 12-4, Madman was 11-5. Let me get their head-to-head. They only played once, and it was a 5-4 back on week 3 in Gully Wash. So, I mean, when you think of the top teams in IM, it's Madman, Dead Hand, and Rando. So, I think Rando has a pretty clear advantage over everybody right now. That's just my impression, but these two teams are extremely strong, and seeing them go against each other should probably be one of the best matches we catch in playoffs, I hope.
Yeah, that's true about Rando, but I think that if Rando showed anything, it's experience, where they haven't had too many players that have been playing at a high level for a long time, whereas the guys playing here have been in playoff matches for seasons on end.
Yeah, that's true. And the regular season doesn't really matter if you can just drop G-Pit twice in a row in playoffs or something like that. Not that
Right, playoff, you only get a couple chances in playoffs. This isn't anything like the regular season. If you have a bad day, that could be the end of your season.
Yeah. But as you were saying, neither of these teams is lacking for experience, so we should, basically see the team with the stronger will. Oh my God, Seabear, shut up! I'm gonna turn off voice so that
Seabear, a real jerk.
so that my server will just like lag and I won't know why because somebody's gonna be talking. But at least you won't have to hear it on the stream. So running down the rosters real quick, I guess it's Justin and our line on Scout for Jammin' as it has been. Seabear should be roaming, I believe.
I think that's correct.
Right,
think
right,
Memphis
Memphis
plays
Pocket, right. Got Acula there on demo and Medic Sting. On the other side on Madman we have Umph demo, which we call it. Nos is on Medic, and then Blank and wait, is our soldier or Scout? I can't remember. Plays both of them.
I think Namle's scouting now.
Yeah, Namle. Who else is in here? Let me look at the side. I don't know. Swedes fan? Who is that? Squirrel Avatar.
Sting.
That's...
No.
Sting on Jan...
Sorry, that's Power.
Okay, there you go.
Power.
So it's Powa and Namle on Scout. Then RR is playing Soldier. There you have it. We got through the rosters. This is a lot easier than when names are Grumpy, Bumpy, Jumpy, and Thumpy or whatever.
So, speaking of Power, how much sniper do you expect to be ran? It is Viaduct after all.
And there is Justin, too.
Right, Justin and Power, those are sort of the big two names in sniping in IM.
I guess we'll have to see if it's Justin's crazy aim or Power's crazy aim plus ability to shoot around corners that makes the difference.
But you do think that both teams will be running a lot of sniper?
I would expect both of them probably starting with scouts, but definitely sniping throughout. I think Justin will snipe a fair bit. Power, I would expect to snipe more, but I think he's going to scout at least a little bit, because sniper is not totally, completely, crushingly dominant on Viaduct like it used to be. I mean, it's super good, especially if you're just chaining off headshots, but there's a lot of power that having a scout affords you. Like, it's easier to suicide when you have a scout, because sniper on a suicide effectively gets one shot, and then he gets jumped because you have nobody that can safely guard him while you're suiciding the rest of your classes. And the scout can run in, do useful things. He can build Uber with the medics, stuff like that. So scouts are good on this map, so I wouldn't see sniper, expect to see sniper the entire time, but you know, it's a possibility. This is not
and obviously, it obviously depends how active each team is. You know, some teams like to just go when they don't have an Uber advantage, and it's a lot better to have a scout in that situation if you just want to sort of fight 6v6.
Alright, so as DJC tells me, apparently Sting's maybe having some problems. I saw him like disconnecting and reconnecting a few times, so DJC is going in as medic now.
It's the free roamer strat.
Yeah. It's the power play. You just suicide to get the force out with 6 people, and you don't have to worry about your own medic because you don't have one. Right? Like, that's legit.
I'm expecting to see that. We did see that the medic to pyro switch and then the scout to medic switch in that match you guys
Oh,
had.
yeah.
Yeah, that was huge. I mean, it didn't work. I think the play that they should have gone for was the medic, or the scout to medic switch, but also switch to quick fix so you get an Uber in time. I'm just kidding. Quick fix is awful, and buffs are better than a quick fix Uber, but would have been really funny.
It was just so interesting to see that sort of situation actually happen. You know, we've sort of theorized it for a while that somebody could switch to medic.
Yeah.
You know, when your medic dies.
Well, I mean, the thing is,
to unlatch this attempt.
the way the class limits work is if they die while they're on medic, you can't take the spot. And there was actually some debate a while ago, like, you know, 4 seasons ago when, or 5, or however the heck long ago, that tournament class limits actually got added as a CVAR, because it used to just be like gentleman's rule. You wouldn't break it because there's nothing to enforce, but there's actually
Right.
some discussion about going back to the gentleman's kind of agreement and just switching off your medic when they died, because you could do that before, is you could switch and they could spawn a different class, and people thought about doing that if they could have a multi-classing team, but most teams were like, it doesn't matter too much because we're not going to be switching it out that much. And I kind of do like the flow of the game better when you're more restricted in playing your medic, because if somebody was, so crazy as to do that kind of play, like tracking Ubers and stuff, becomes, well, a lot harder. But I don't know.
It's just always sad when an option is closed off to you strategically, whether or not it would really be used.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the advantage in the Uber timing, but having a medic that's as capable on a fragging class, I say this as a medic, being pretty bad at fragging classes most of the time, it is a feat enough in itself that maybe it should be done, I mean, the class limits don't even work anyways. Like I said, when you're dead, the class you switch to doesn't count to the limits. Like, that's why I was talking about the double glitched medic thing in that other match, because what happened was their medic died while pyro, and then pressed switch to medic before they spawned, and then the scout switched to medic at that point. So because the medic who had pressed switch to medic hadn't spawned yet, the class limit was not applied. So that's how you break that stuff, if you're wondering. If you want to pull out 5 heavies in your match, you just all walk out of spawn, you all hit suicide, and then you'll switch to heavy before you spawn.
Right, but
it's illegal.
Sure you time the flank properly.
Yeah.
You can't go too early.
If you go too early, then it's not as funny.
Ends in 10 seconds. 5.
And these guys are making me want to turn off the voice chat as well.
Huh. I actually haven't noticed my visuals lagging too much, so maybe it's just not as noticeable when you don't have the choppy, horrible sounding voice crackling over voice chat at you. But I mean, I think I even mentioned this in the last cast. Why would you do this to everybody watching the Source TV? Selfish and evil people.
Yeah, especially big jerks like Vanny.
Yeah. Unless you're Mumble guys, and then you have no choice. Or you could just pause, wait for Mumble to come back. That's always legit as well.
So it seems like Dear John Carter is in the server now, so hopefully we'll be going live soonish.
What the heck is his name? Imp's Hat number 1F. I'm looking at my console to see the rest of it. I can't type status because I'm in the Source TV.
It's just number 1 fan and then the jammin' tag.
Okay. Well, it's DJC, I'm going to call him that. Are we live? We're live. Sweet.
Do some predictions.
Oh, predictions. You go first, Seppi.
Oh boy. Oh man. I'm going to go with Jammin' 4-3.
I'm going to call Madman 4-2. And just to make it interesting, I said these teams were even. I think it's going to be pretty even. But I'll say 4-2 Madman. And with that, we're going into the first round. So let me set my intro.
So right off the bat, we see that we have Power on Sniper.
I like your pronunciation of sniper.
I didn't even mean to do that. But Dead Hand Gang is not going too aggressive, so this could play into Madman's hands.
Well, they actually had a jump forward that managed to take out Nos. I think as soon as they saw the sniper there, they jumped a soldier forward, and now without any headshots coming from Power, they kind of just got run over, and that's the negative part of running a sniper. I mean, it's good for holding the point, I think, and it can be your way into a pick, but if you don't hit a shot, you don't have the same threat as a scout, or the same, jumper denying ability as a scout, when, especially right off the start there while you're still getting into position. Madman kind of fighting for that. He stays on sniper. I'd expect a suicide play here, but I don't see too much pressure over onto Jammin's medic. Kind of just a slow walk up, but
They do get the force, but do they get their medic out?
Yeah, he's in spawn. So
Okay, so well played by them, just keeping the medic in spawn, and they still manage to get the force.
yeah, and that's kind of just the flow that you expect on Viaduct when you have even teams, is the team with Uber disadvantage gets the force and then pushes with Uber, and then the other team keeps their medic alive, hopefully, and pushes back.
Let's see how productive this Uber is coming across the point.
Yeah, I think they actually over-focused on DJC there a bit. He hit one rocket, and then it was surfed, and they shottied from long range, so they didn't get any kills, but I mean, they zoned the team. Nos, unfortunately, going down to R-Line at the end of the Uber, so R-Line and Justin go down, but that doesn't matter, because it's a time that they would have wanted to suicide at anyways, so now, not Madman, Deadhand Gang is in a good position to just push this, either waiting for Uber or just pushing off the buffs. And I'd prefer to see
I
push off
don't
the
mind
buffs.
too much that they tried really hard to get DJC, because if they kill a fragging class, that's just going to respawn really quickly once they cap the point, whereas a medic pick will buy them a good 30 extra seconds.
Yeah, that's true, but if you don't take care of the frag class, then you have that scout that jumps from behind and kills your medic after your Uber. There's a Powa showing what he's known for. Headshot onto DJC. I don't know if he had Uber yet or not. Doesn't really matter. He's dead anyways. And pretty much just going to be looking for Madmen to take their buffs and push forward here. And then for Jammin to kind of make a play onto the medic as they're pushing the point. Here's the soldier jump on the medic now. Lots of pressure in onto Nos, but he doesn't go down. He's got 2 health, and that's an argument against the Blitzauger right there. That regen. You need that 2 health sometimes. Power with another big headshot onto DJC as he comes in to try to support the bomb. So that's a rough situation for Jammin, but they have been holding this point the entire time, so their time is pretty good right now.
Yeah, I felt like Madmen maybe were taking it a bit too slow, but they did an excellent job keeping their medic up. So it all works out in the end. They get the point, and they keep their Uber up.
Yeah, so for Jammin, Justin's still running scouts. Kind of what I was saying. I do like Justin playing the scout. Jammin probably just going to make a suicide play here. There's Justin going in, eating a sticky trap. Here's the soldier bomb. Lots of pressure onto Nos, and he has to pop there. So nice play from Jammin. Just what you would expect to see. And it's not like Madman's not playing it right. It's extremely difficult to hold your charge against a 4-man bomb. So it's an exceptional circumstance. Obviously, that's what you're trying for, but it's expected that you have to pop there most of the time.
That's right. I'm not sure if I like the position Madmen's holding with their medic, because they're not quite holding that left door, yet the medic's in a position where he can be easily jumped by someone coming out of there.
Yeah, that's true. Oh my goodness. There's a huge
but obviously,
headshot.
it doesn't matter if Hal is just going to snipe everything.
Yeah, and that's the second kill he's got onto DJC. This one was with Uber, and ripping off another headshot onto Seabear, so... And everybody apparently is just getting headshot by Powa. So that's kind of what happens sometimes when you have to deal with a really good sniper like that. And not much you can really say. I mean, there is a possible line on every door that you can move out of on this point. You can look for the sniper a bit more diligently and send some spam rockets to kind of clear the path for your medic, but sometimes that just happens. You get the headshot. There's another force out onto Nos, but Jammin just barely has time to get this Uber, but I mean, they need to get a nice push here, which is probably enough to start before they get the Uber, and then hold the point for the rest of the round. And as they're kind of bleeding players here, that's going to become more and more difficult.
Well, they did get several people on Madmen down, which should aid them push with their faster respawn times, but this scout is just doing as he pleases, taking out the demo man and pressuring the medic, buying precious seconds.
Yeah.
That's just, the time's ticking off.
Lucky for Jammin, Acula spawns a second before they cap. If he had not spawned there, he would have gotten a long spawn and gotten slowed down. Here's a Memphis spawn though, onto Nosferatu. Takes him down to 11 health again, so Nos barely living these bombs. And that's really contributing to Madman's success in this round. Now they're pushing onto the point. Tons of picks going down. Uber forced out from DJC there, but all they have is a demo man, so it's difficult for them to kill anything. Justin managed to pick up a couple, but the numbers favored Madman, and there's only 4 seconds left, so Jammin has to come right back on the point as soon as this caps.
Yeah, Dead Hand's health was pretty bad to begin with, and then Power getting a pick just allowed Madmen to stroll across and wipe everything.
Yeah, so this is my opening round criticism against Powa's sniping, losing them the first mid, but then clearly giving them the round with those nice headshots consecutively onto DJC, and then furthermore headshots just killing all sorts of people during the push so that Nos didn't have as much pressure on him as he could have.
So here's another sniper opening in the mid, and again, not too much aggression coming out of Dead Hand Gang.
Yeah, what you really need to do against the sniper is you just have to jump immediately, because time is not on your side. The average amount of damage that a sniper will put out over distance is way higher than your soldier or scout that you have up on them, so it's playing to their strengths if you play far away. That said, it ended up pretty even here. It's just a 3v2, I think, in favor of Madmen. And I'm not sure of the spawns timer right now, so I'm not sure which team's coming back in faster, but it looks like Madmen is going to take the cap, and Jammin not going to let it go down so easily. They're going to come back in here, but again, Powa sniping with a headshot onto Acula, and a body shot onto Justin, and a headshot onto Seabear. Should I just keep talking? There's a headshot onto our line, so yeah, Powa just crushed them, and that's that. But DJC lived, so it's not as bad as it could be.
Right, and again, I think if they had been more aggressive at the beginning of the mid, then I feel like they would have had several picks, and they could have taken the enemy cliff and not allowed Powa to get back into that position where he's able to just see everything.
There's killing Memphis Spawn at the start of the push is going to make this a little weaker. They're going to Uber in
now
anyways.
Justin is sniping.
Yeah, that's their answer. You're going to snipe us, we're going to have to snipe back at you. Justin showing off his own skills with a quick 2 kills on Sniper here, and now taking shots at the medic, or the scout, that works too, so you can see why people say these are the best snipers in IM, because they're kind of just crushing everybody. And now numbers advantage for Jammin. Nos should just be looking to live here. I think he's out and safe by now, and yeah, indeed it is, but DJC gets the quick spawn, so they're not too far behind on Uber. Might see a Madman push, trying to capitalize on the advantage, or just trying to babysit Powa there until he gets enough picks to make something happen.
Yeah, and Madman can really sort of take position with their sniper here because they've been taking so many pot shots that their health is bad. They can't really afford to jump a soldier at him right now, so they can just take this ground as Dead Hand Gang tries to heal up.
Yeah, a fair bit of spam goes out onto Madman, but Powa goes down to Justin there. Justin now back to Scout, but ooh, nice kill onto Umph right before this push happens. Looks like they're trying to catch them right before the Uber, and indeed they do. Blank manages to take out DJC. Nice timing there from Madman. They recognized they had like 10 seconds of advantage, and they used it perfectly. Jammin kind of getting caught out there, not saying, okay, they have Uber now, we don't have Uber yet, we gotta back up.
Perhaps maybe they just lost track of Ubers amidst all the sniping going on.
Yeah, it was an odd situation because, I mean, Nos was backing up. He wasn't healing for a little bit, but he was alive longer than DJC, so rough situation for them. Now, Jammin has the option to just push off buffs. There's no Ubers here. They could opt to suicide or they could opt to push off buffs. One of the two. Not quite sure what it's going to be yet. I mean, it's a good play to take your combo out
I don't think they will push. Pretty much every time that it's been an even fight, Dead Hand Gang has had worse health, and they haven't been able to push up. But Justin opening the way with a pick and allowing the rest of his team to just stroll across the point.
Yeah, Arline and Seabear combined for 2 kills, including Nosferatu, over on Madman's side of things. They cap this point. The spawns actually work out pretty evenly. I mean, that's a good trade for them. They obviously killing the enemy medic in that situation was pretty good, but oh man, another body shot onto DJC when he's at like 99% with the scout on him. Oh, geez, that's rough. So he's kind of getting crushed this game, but I didn't see where that happened, but Justin managing to take a Nosferatu, so a bad round for medics, I guess. Everybody just dying all over the place. And Madman cleans it up and takes the point back. So the thing is,
going back to that last push, we can really see what a scout can afford you. Justin just ran across and opened the way for the rest of his team to follow. Because they could get really aggressive playing that scout versus the sniper that Madman had.
Yeah, so I do like how Justin's playing so far. His sniper play was effective. He's doing a good job on scout. They just need, a little bit more, and they can, push their way forward to this round. And actually, the play they made there was very nice. Because all of the frag classes on Jammin spawned with DJC and Nos spawned a bit later and behind his team, Jammin had more buffs quicker, and they just walked forward on the point and took it because their health was better based off the way they spawned with the buffs. So well played from them. I'm not sure if that much thought went into it. Maybe they said, okay, let's push because it's not even Ubers, or because they don't have Uber yet. Our line behind Powa, that's going to be a big deal. He kills him, takes that frag potential out of there. There's an Uber exchange on point, but Madman may have the numbers, but their position doesn't look too good, especially as Justin manages to pick off Umph. And here's Nos kind of trying to get to his team. He got caught out, but not killed, again living with sub 10 health. So this is like super luck addition or insane damage tolerance reduction something or other. Take it from me because I'm losing my mind.
Well, then that's really sort of been the difference in this game. That medic living or dying is, if the medic dies right now, if the medic had died, this is just an easy push for Dead Hand Gang to take it. Instead, they're fighting an even fight.
Yeah, opening frag coming from Umph. Health actually not good on either side, but Madman's zoned all the way back. Nosferatu just doing his best to dodge out. And they're pushed away from point, but they have numbers. It looks like they're going to come back in, especially as Namle manages to pick off Justin. So numbers again in favor of Madman. Last fight basically here, and Blanca's going to seal it with a huge play jumping in and killing the combo but Medic Scout with the same rocket. Now it's Uber on point. I mean, somebody's going to jump, they'll just pop Uber, it's done. That's a really close round there, though. What do you think about that?
Again, it's just those very small differences. Nosferatu living with single-digit health. That's really been the difference so far. We'll see if they can have some better luck in their future bombs onto him.
If Justin sniping, he takes out Blank, but Powa lands a headshot back onto him, so kind of even. Umph dies in exchange for our line. Namle rushing into Umph, or Acula there. Acula goes down, so numbers in favor of Madmen. And Justin stays on Sniper here, so looks like that's the play they're going to opt for. Justin was playing Scout more than Sniper in these last rounds, so maybe they're going to try a bit more sniping here to try to make a difference. Actually, I'm going to note, I'm afraid I wasn't paying enough attention to notice if this was true the entire time, but RR is playing Scout along with Namle, and so it's double Scout and single Soldier. Was that their lineup for like a few rounds, or did they just change that?
Yeah, it's been that the whole game.
Oh, I'm bad. Okay. Well, there's the suicide play. Looks like they're actually miscommunicating. Nobody building during the suicide, so the suicide is just wasting time, especially since it didn't get the force out. That's a little bad, but looks like they're just going to go for this play again. Memphis playing Spy, everybody else going to go for a jump while our line stays in spawn, builds with DJC. Let me try to find Memphis. Is he going to do anything here? Where is he? No, he's dead. Whatever. So now, yeah, bomb coming in, pipe defense from Umph. Nos not taking too much damage here, although there's still a couple classes up. No, Justin's gonna die, and Memphis has just spawned. So another unsuccessful bomb for Jammin, and I can't help but think they're, kind of losing their steam after some close but somewhat disheartening rounds after failing to get those medic frags.
Yeah, possibly. That suicide was just quite uncoordinated. It was also some good defense, but they didn't even come close to getting a pick or forcing a pop there.
Yeah, here's a crazy early pop. I mean, Sniper had a line, so they can't do much about that. But yeah, crazy early pop means DJC is going to get caught before he can get out of here. So he goes down, and it's just going to be up to the rest of Jammin to make something happen with their frag classes before they're reset into a nice holding position for Madman. Lots of damage going down. I thought lots of damage was going down to Nos because it looked like a soldier was shotting him, but he actually didn't take that much. A few people going down from Madmen, but all of them going down from Jammin, and doesn't look like their spawns are going to be quick enough to really capitalize off this. They don't really have too much time for more plays. I think they just need to buff and make a push, because they're barely going to get Uber before time runs out here. So, yeah, it's a rough situation for them right now.
Yeah, and you saw in that last push how a sniper can affect the game, you know, even without taking a shot, when you're so scared to turn a corner without popping that you just pop miles away from the enemy team.
Yeah, meanwhile, apparently I wasn't watching the right players. Justin picks up a couple frags, and Dead Hand Gang takes their cap for the first time this round just off of a couple kills on a push. So, maybe they just need to DM more or something. That's a stupid thing that I just said, but a really aggressive hold here, actually. I kind of like this. Who's the medic at? Was he Cliff, I think? No, he's backing up to point now. They're just getting a couple stick traps on the door to slow things down. Here's the pop coming in from Dead Hand Gang. BJC countering.
Demo should be a pick. So they should be able to hold this quite comfortably, especially because Hawa is still on sniper, so he's of no help in this fight.
He can't get any position to make a shot, so nothing happening from him. And now it looks like Seabear are going to get aggressive onto the combo by Cliff, but Nos is safely back in the door, so it's just going to be a couple rockets exchanged. Justin helping him out there and killing Blank. That's actually a nice timing to kill the pocket at, because they might have wanted to push. And Arline taking out Umph, so as I was commenting on Dead Hands kind of losing steam, they're getting a couple frags, but a little bit of an overextension there. They stay long enough for the scouts from Madman to come clean them up, and their spawns are so long that I don't think they can even contest this point.
There was absolutely no reason to stay there. Madmen, as long as they don't lose their medic, trading is a benefit to them, because they spawn so much more quickly. So, they really shouldn't have stayed there trying to get those picks. There's almost no point.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's definitely value in holding the doors to slow things down, but they held just a bit too long and let it turn into a DM fight rather than spamming against doors. So we have the Uber exchange going, but, the earlier pop from Jammin, they're not able to get anything done. Seabear tried to jump behind to make something happen, and now everybody's just dying. It's just Memphis, and that's going to be the round, so Madmen with a really dominating start to that round. They lose the point for 122, which is a pretty long hold from Dead Hand, but they show what they're made of, and kind of the play that they've been just doing continuously through the first half, and they take it 3-0 at the half. That's kind of surprising to me.
So I think the key point is that Madman is running just that lone soldier, and the attempts I've seen from Dead Hand soldiers to get aggressive have sort of just been denied by hit scan. The jumps by their soldiers onto their sniper have been denied by body shots and scouts, so they may want to look. Seabear I know can play scout as well. They may look to switch him over.
Yeah, I'm just not sure if they've practiced it. I mean, it could just be better for them to go balls to the wall aggressive and just run into the other team, because it's really difficult to deny a soldier jump if that's synced up with your scouts running into them, but maybe Jammin is not quite playing that coordinated, or I don't really know, but Justin getting really aggressive up to the other team's side. Looks like he's hunting, going into a scout duel 1v1. He manages to take out RR there, and Memphis gets a Nos off the start, so good mid for Jammin. Red better on this map? Question mark?
Is it like the old viaduct that had the better sniper sight lines for red?
I have no idea. But there's Justin taking out Powa and another scout 1v1, but RR manages to win this one, so there's a cap for Jammin. Justin's going to take a while to spawn, but they should be able to kill this scout and even things up. And it's should be just bomb play from Madman. This scout actually takes forever to die, and Seabear takes a lot of damage as a result. And there's the force coming out, so Madman gets what they want out of that. Maybe there'll be a few trailing frags off this Uber, but that's whatever. It's just going to be Nosferatu getting buffs up, getting his Uber, and Power getting a headshot onto Acula will prompt the push from Madman right away. No demo spam makes this way easy for them to make something happen. Actually,
so do you think so far it's been more Power hitting amazing shots, or are are people leaving themselves vulnerable when they really shouldn't be? I mean, I don't see a reason why a demo man should be in a position to die to a headshot when you're holding the point.
Well, it is tough. I mean, I know from playing this, it's tough, even if you're paying as much attention as you can to the sniper, to perfectly cut the lines all the time if you also want to be in a position to spam. But I do think that Jammin is maybe a bit misplaying against the sniper. Like you were saying, maybe 2 scouts and sniper would work better. Maybe just a bit more aggression would work better. But at the same time, they've also been getting caught out trying to be aggressive into the other team's side. So I don't know. It's just tough for Madman to deal with this, or tough for Jammin to deal with this sniper play from Madman.
DJC wasn't moving.
Well, there's another headshot from Pow. Probably wouldn't have mattered if he was moving or not, but this is just going to turn into a bomb to try to even the Ubers. Nos really low, but nobody's in position. Acula trying to jump, he doesn't have enough health, and Nos, once again, living at really low life. So that's maybe the 5th or 6th time this game, that they haven't been able to get that one last shot that they need to kill him. And I don't know, Jammin pulling out Sniper and Spy here. Looks like they're kind of just grasping at straws at this point, almost. Like, I mean, they need to get some time on this point if they want to stay in this game. It's the last round they have. So just suicide play coming out from Jammin here. Umph trying to deny. He's down to 3 life, but there finally Acula connects a pipe, finishes him off. And where the heck's the rest of this suicide? It's like in spawn. Did I miss them going out and going back in or something? I don't understand.
I don't think they really went out, but I think that demo man pick is enough as long as they stop dying now in time for this Uber push to happen. Because the demo man's not there right now. They can just bust out of these doors and, you know, get a good Uber exchange without having to face this demo man spam.
Yeah. Seabear takes a lot of damage as he jumps forward, but he gets the pop on him. Should just keep his Uber on Seabear and see what he can do. And it looks like just a slightly better exchange for Madman. And now the match is getting spoiled. Thanks a lot. But yeah, Jammin killed nothing with the Uber. I mean, there's a counter Uber there to stop them. I think they were just maybe a bit too slow going. Like, Memphis died as Spy a lot later than that demo exchange occurred.
He wasn't in that push because he was respawning. So
that's one thing. I don't even think Power did that much damage in this push, but this time he's going to just headshot Acula, and that's really, I mean, Jammin has to go now. They have to get on point right away, but they're at a numbers disadvantage, they're at an Uber disadvantage, they're at a health disadvantage. Like, it's as bad as it can possibly be for them right now. There's Sticky's on the rock. Like, this game is over with 4-0 for Madman. Jeez.
So apparently my faith in the experience of Deadhand Gang was misplaced.
Okay, Cade says the other game's at 3-2, so why don't we hold analyzing the end of this and jump to that one?
I'm going to forget everything I wanted to say.
I'll just make sounds of like headshots and mumble.
Okay, so let's get the info from the other game. Zincy versus That's So Rando.
Yeah, I'm getting on site. Cade's messaging me in mobile. Thanks. I'll put this in the stream chat as well.
Alright, looks like I don't have to paste either. And Adobe Flash Player has stopped working.
What a shocker. Is this live? No, they're readying up. Just starting second half right now. Nice. So this is 3-2 for who? Rando's winning 3-2. So that's kind of weird. We have the match that was supposed to be closer going 4-0, and now Zen 3-2 against the team that I said was supposed to be the dominant one, and I am. So I was surprised with how well Zen played in their previous match 2 days ago, but also playing really well here. So Zen pulling out the playoff styling, and looks like they're going to win this first mid. So yeah, Zen, good team.
Yeah, one thing to note is that Rando's medic is not there. Trekkie is having computer issues, so he's not able to play in this match.
Oh right, I read
And,
that post. He like tear gassed himself, and then his water cooling system broke and fried his graphics card. That's rough.
And Viaduct as a map really sort of plays into Zensity's strengths.
Yeah, you want to just elaborate what you're? I mean, we have an exchange now, but whatever. We've seen a million of these.
I feel like Viaduct's a map where you can just sort of fight over and over again. You know, if you get wiped, it's not nearly as bad as it is on a 5 CP map. So you know you can just sort of constantly go. And if there's one thing Zensity knows, it's how to run into things and shoot at them.
Yep. And indeed, here we have the scouts from Zensity running in and shooting at people, and they stop the cap on the point. So, right as you were saying, Zensity, I mean, their strength, DM, it really does play well on this map, because, I mean, on a push map, just to elaborate on what you were saying a little bit, if you get wiped, you're losing multiple points, you're losing spawn advantage. If you get wiped on this, you lose 1 point, a little bit of time, which is the same amount as if you lose, you know, a couple people and lose the point, and then you just spawn and you go again. So here's Uber with advantage coming onto Solid Snake of a lot of damage.
Oh, the medic gets stuck, but he manages to make it.
The control point is
Okay, who is this medic actually? Do we know the back?
Thorn.
Thorn, okay, thanks.
We have lost the control point.
And yeah, Zen showing pretty good performance in this round so far, but Thorn managing to live on that despite getting stuck, so they're going to push with this Uber advantage. Solid Snake, I thought he was playing aggressive, but he just managed to land a sticky on that door perfectly, apparently, so looks like they're going to get out. There's a bomb that forces the Uber is going to donate Tic Tac to them, and the entire team from Zensity just backs the heck out, doesn't lose any more frags to the Uber. They're just going to wait for their Uber and come back in. So, Rando almost killing Blinky there, but not managing to get that second rocket off. So story of tonight, one more shot on the medic, it's all you need a lot of the time.
Yeah, and Zensity really played that as perfect as you can play it. If you're holding the point and you don't have Uber, you want one person to force the Uber, you back out and you hope to catch somebody overextending, trying to make a play, and then you just use that pick to stroll back in and take the point, losing only a few seconds.
Yeah, and this time Rando getting themselves caught, losing almost their entire team to the enemy Uber. I mean, as we said, wiping. Okay, they get Blinky, so that kind of salvages the situation for them. But still, they have to basically use the buffs that they have right now to make a play before Blinky gets back with his team.
Yes, they have to go right now.
They need a cap really fast. They can't wait for Uber.
And I'd love to see Tic Tac jumping on the medic right now.
Yeah, but I mean, where is he? Oh, never mind. Wrong team. I was confused. Yeah, they could have tried to make a play onto the enemy medic, but I guess, I mean, they didn't have buffs, so maybe they just wanted to wait for that.
I think they should have just used their position to suicide. They were already sort of up there, you know, and you want to this is a position where you want to be suiciding anyway, so they could have, instead of having to go up against a wall of spam, they could have used the position they already had to try to make a play on the medic.
Yeah, that's a really good point, especially since they're losing the point anyways. I mean, effectively what they did was they backed up and then they tried to walk back in. They could have stayed there, died, and then spawned. And, maybe had one person within that or something like that. But now they're, forcing their way back in. They managed to get the pop out. Medic, I think, maybe holding a bit too aggressive there. I mean, you can hold the cliff without having your medic right on that bridge, but as I was saying in the other match, it's kind of expected that you get popped on these situations. It's very difficult, like, percentage-wise, to actually hold the Uber against an even team.
Yeah, one thing Rando has going for them was those deaths were slightly late on this suiciding team, so it bought them a little bit more time.
Yeah, and that's actually significant because it's enough for them to leapfrog this, as Bloodsire would love to say. They're going to just, keep the full amount of Uber they had, the medic's backing out safely. They lose a few people, but they get the pop. It's effectively just as if they suicided after they lost this point. They just, did it a little early, and now they're going to get their spawns. They're going to have Uber in 10 seconds, so they have a good chance to make a play here to maybe take this round back. They have one good push attempt here. And Zensity just needs to keep Blinky alive, and maybe they can do the same thing, because he's pretty close to Uber as well. They'll be able to get Uber even if they give this point, so again, they want to force and then they want to get out. Actually, no bomb for the force, so
Yeah, nobody's coming to force them. Maybe Tic Tac was.
he was off on
Tied
the
up
flank
on that
somewhere.
soldier.
Now they're going to go in, but they get the pop. Blinky didn't get caught, so that's good. He just needs to get back to spawn, and that's indeed where he is. And then they get Uber, they get their spawns, which will be pretty quick here. And then they're just going to go, and it's one fight with full Uber advantage that they have to win. Rando gonna have to do something pretty strong here if they want to keep this point, because as soon as they lose it, I mean, it's very unlikely they'll be able to take it back. Here's the Uber coming onto point, just needs to find one frag to basically secure this, and there's 2 frags, so that's going to do it, 3 frags, and that's going to put it away for Rando, pretty much. Sensei should be able to tie this up unless the 12 health Devil Man can do anything, and indeed he can't, so 3-3 game. Now we're into the golden cap here, last round, to decide who moves on to the upper bracket to face Madman, who falls to lower.
Laronix momentarily on Sniper, but he switched back to Scout.
Kind of interesting. He wouldn't have been Sniper at the end there, so... Thorn is running Kritzkrieg, so maybe that's their change-up to take out the momentum that Zen has going from this last round. Rando trying to shoddy away, but... Okay, I was so confused. I was looking at the wrong medic skull. I was like, how is he missing all these? And then Blinky's dead and his medic's like in spawn. Okay, so in any case, Blinky goes down. Thorn wasn't healing for a while, so he doesn't have his charge yet, but they're really close and it's crits, so it's going to build extremely fast here. That's
a nice try with the hiding spot, but he doesn't manage to get the pick.
Yeah. Now, since this is crits, they can't be content to sit on point and just hold. They want to go looking for the enemy combo to make something happen. I can respect to dropping that because it's not like popping would have helped them, but it looks bad. Stats page. But yeah, with crits, when you take the point, you kind of have to play different. You have to go a little more aggressive so that you can use it when you have an advantage like that, and not just wait, get forced, because suicides, rather than forcing you, will kill you.
I think Zensity's been doing a pretty nice job mixing up with their suicides. They're changing the timing that they go. One time they'll jump on you when you're at the stairs, the other time they'll wait until you're on point to get on you. And that's kept Rando sort of guessing and being unable to predict when that soldier's going to come.
Yeah. Here comes the suicide in. Sticky gets laid right onto Blinky, but I guess that one didn't deck because he's not very low and not enough other damage to do it. So he gets to hold that Uber. Is this still crits? No, it's back to Uber, so it's likely going to be an Uber exchange. Suiciding again, not going to be too effective because it's just going to kill too much time. So probably an Uber exchange coming from Rando here and just seeing what they can manage to do with that. There's the pop from Rando. Blinky popping a little bit later, that's pretty standard. Health worse for Rando until whatever the rocket was that hit Solid Snake, and our Solid Snake took a health pack, so he was backed out of the fight. And lots of frags coming in, so unfortunately I didn't see exactly what pushed Solid Snake out, but that allowed Kapow to make a lot of damage happen in that fight with the Demo Man presence is a big deal. But we have the Demo Man fight, pipe surf, fire, pipe! Even if it was 10 feet away.
Yeah, that was a really nice job by Techno6. Solid Snake and the other soldiers sort of backed to that health pack area to stay out of the Uber, and Techno6 took a flash and jumped over the Uber and sort of tied them up, both doing a lot of damage and keeping 2 people out of the fight, which allowed the rest of Rando's team to move up, secure the point area, and have a numbers advantage.
And now we have Zensity just balling up around the left side here. They're just going to wait for Uber and go, but the switch up is Laronix now on heavy, and he has the full 450 buff, so that's going to be a difficult thing to deal with. I mean, he can take flashes during the Uber, so it's going to be very hard for Zensity to make something happen here. They push forward, and they actually do a lot of damage to Rando, and Rando himself going down. Thorn getting really low, but I think that the Rando hold on this point is going to be strong enough. Thorn almost tanked that scout there, but everybody eventually going down for Zen City there, and only the soldiers dying from rando. And with such timing that they're going to be back before Zen City can really make a push here. Just having the heavy slows things down a little bit. It affords you a little bit more time. I mean, technically Zen's people are here faster, but they won't chew through this heavy before the soldiers are into play. Tic-Tac going sniper to counter the heavy. See what he's just charging the shot, and he hits a body shot. That kind of sucks. He's going to aim for the medic from the looks of things, and died with scout. That sucks.
So that's how you don't play a sniper.
Yeah, please refer to the previous game for tips.
Yeah, he had the right idea. You know, you push the heavy off to let your demo men, you know, take some ground, but you really have to protect him better than to lose him to a lone scout running up to him.
Yeah. Also, hitting all your headshots helps, but I mean, what can you do about that? Here's an early pop, but I guess Blinky took damage from something. And there's the classic soldier trying to do something against a heavy. Good joke if you're just going to get juggled in the air. And now a lot of damage going down to soldiers from Zen. Manages to actually put a lot of damage back, but meanwhile, everybody getting cleaned up by Laronix and Kapow. So another fail push for Zen, and just this heavy defense. I mean, the sniper was the right idea, but he has to stay up and take a couple more shots if he's going to make the difference.
Mission ends in 10 seconds.
And now Zen City has to go. No Uber, and they're against the heavy, and the points covered with stickies. I think we all know how this is going to end. Well, that was closer than I thought.
That was it. Yeah.
Oh, crap, I thought there was one more round. Oh my god. Well, GG. There's a 4-3 for Rando. Wow.
So I guess the lesson is, if your playoff match is on the line, go with the heavy.
It's a safe thing. I'm sure there's some commercial that we could parody off of that, eh?
Probably.
So there's no other IM match tonight, so I think that's going to wrap us up unless there's some awesome looking open or something like that. Let me just check the schedule real quick. Unfortunately, I don't know any open teams, so I have no idea if these matches are going to be worth casting or not. What do you guys think? Do you want to just do a wrap-up before we forget our IM matches, or do we want to just keep jumping cast all night?
I feel like if I'm going to talk about anything, it'd be more general viaduct themes, so maybe we could just go with the action and hop into a match.
Alright, let's do it. We have two matches. One's in warm-up, one's first half at 1-1. One is the number 2 versus number 10, the other one's number 9 versus number 16.
Let's see if we recognize any names.
Okay, I'm looking at the teams.
Okay, one is Cranberry's team, I guess. I don't know anybody else on it. And the other team has Headcrab, Starfire, Rhino.
The other match has them saying GG, so I guess that was a forfeit. Well,
okay, I guess that makes it easy.
Oh no, the info's like pushed down by the low IRC, long IRC thing. I can't copy it.
I'll paste it to you on Steam in a second.
I got it. I turned down my mouse sensitivity so I could get into the right pixel. I'll put that in the stream chat.
Another option would have been the good old control scroll wheel to change the font size.
That would have been a good idea. I never think about that. I have like some sites set where I feel like the font is just too small that I visit a lot, where it's like permanently enlarged, but then I never do it like on the fly. And these are your power user tips while we're waiting for my client to connect.
Don't worry, it's paused right now.
Oh, sweet. I'm going to set up my frag monitor. I didn't have it in that last match, so the camera work was probably ridiculously bad.
It looks like Headcrab's already reconnected once because she's at the bottom of the scoreboard for her team. So perhaps it's an issue related to that.
It's really rough to have medic issues on this map of all maps.
Right, you know, look at all those headshots that Powa had on Ubercharged holding medics, and then imagine if he didn't actually have to hit the headshot, and that's what a medic disconnecting can cost you.
Yeah. Okay, I see in the ESEA client that there's actually people in the other servers, so maybe that the GG was just somebody posting like it's gonna be a good game, but we're in this match now, so we're just gonna, you know, roll with it, see what we get.
Unless it's paused for like 5 minutes and then, you know, forget these guys.
Yeah. Actually, who's in that other one? Thor, Klicka, Mythical, Thrasher, Mackie. What's Mackie doing in open?
All of a sudden, a Mackie. That's that team with Crack on it.
Oh yeah, Krakow is there, Blackie's there. I just
Well, if it actually gets started, we can switch to that.
Yeah, it's still warm up, I guess. But they have 12 in, so I don't know what they're waiting for. If it goes live, I'm going to keep my eye on the schedule thing.
Yeah.
If it goes to first half and this other one doesn't, you know, unpause, then we're going to switch. That's the determining factor. Whatever gets us to watch more TF2.
I guess we could go over some general viaduct things while we don't have anything to watch.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So, since we've been seeing so much sniper action, it's very important that you check the sniper's position with a non-medic class before you push, and then you need to push on the same side as that sniper, so you can get as close as possible without popping.
Yeah, that's true. This game unpaused, but at halftime I'll like fly through some sniper lines and show you a little bit about what Seppi was talking about there. But this is 1-1. I'll reload my HUD. The times are pretty even. Let me just catch up on the Ubers here. We have Headcrab with advantage, and they're making a push off of 2 scout kills that they got somehow, so I wasn't quite watching what happened right after that pause went down, but they're killing everybody. And
So excellent retake, they didn't even have to use their Uber.
yeah, I don't think they even got it till they were on point. They just went off 2 picks, and you know, the other team was scrambling. Actually, not a bad idea. When you're like 2 down like that, you know 100% you're gonna lose the next fight because it's obvious you're 4v6, you're screwed. What you should do is just run your medic and then suicide everybody else to get the pop, because it's the easiest time to suicide is when the other team has to move forward into you, because then the medic is not, you know, going to be tucked away and they're not going to have any spam on doors. But putting that aside, we have an Uber exchange going on point here, and WW, what is that name? Weekend Warriors? Whatever. They win it pretty drastically. Headcrab did go down early on the exchange, but then the demo jump coming in late with a kill onto the entire combo from Team Is Cut.
And I was actually closer than it seemed because WW had 4 people in red at the end of that.
Looks like the crash was on the from the blue demo, because I was watching him and he just stopped moving, so this is about the right time. Yeah, that Steam Off ticket has been cancelled. Darn it, Steam Off ticket. Anyways,
So are you going to give us a tasteless vehicle of esports speech?
oh man, I'll do it after the match. This is too fast paced. But look forward to it, believe me. Okay, so now we're setting up for hold from his cut. Their medic actually went down to a scout who dove in on them as they pushed out of the cliff doors, so it's Uber advantage for Headcrab. And I mean, like we saw in the last match, we're just going to be looking for Is Cut to force out the WW Uber, and then back up and keep their own medic alive. I'm going to start calling this team Wonderwall, or they can not force the Uber and kill the medic with spam pipes. That's a good way to hold as well. And that just kind of shows you the pain. I mean, this is why a lot of medics don't like this map, is because, well, okay, whatever. If you drop an Uber on a push map, you're still screwing your team over, but on this map, Okay, it's just bad. I don't know why people don't like this map. I don't know words.
Well, to cut you off, on any map, if your scout runs ahead and kills the entire team, then it's okay if your medic drops Uber.
Yeah, here I was like lecturing. Go ahead.
I think that was Jake Rockwell there. He just sort of killed people, and then they won the push without an Uber.
Yeah, so, you know, that shows it how it can go. The combo essentially did nothing, the medic dying, and then scout hits all shots, enemy team is dead. So now that's 2-1 for We Can Warriors. And off to the first mid fight that we get to watch from this game.
Unfortunately, we don't know enough about these teams to know if there's any really good sniper, but I don't think I've seen any being run yet.
Yeah, we've only seen scouts so far. Blue gets super aggressive. They take all the position on the point while the other team backs up, but some demo spam managed to do enough damage to throw the numbers advantage back into Izcut's favor. So letting this cap go kind of sucks. That's just a symptom of them being pushed so far back. But they're just going to take it back immediately. I mean, they have way better health. Headcrab just spawning up now, so not much that they can do to stop this. And it's a big Uber advantage.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I agree with these players constantly trying to live when they obviously are going to lose the point and are Uber disadvantaged. I mean, okay, your death stat looks slightly nicer, but, you know, if you die, you respawn in 5 seconds and your team won't even have Uber yet. So there's absolutely no downside to dying in a situation like that.
Yeah, the only thing to note is that you need to make sure it's coordinated. It's much better to wait and then bomb with 4 people after the point's down than bomb alone while they're pushing up. Well,
yes, that's
probably,
right. Yeah,
but it's much.
I agree with that.
It's far better still to bomb with 4 people while they're trying to take the point. So I'll give some allowances for coordination, but yes, it's better, you know, when you're obviously going to lose the fight, just bomb the medic on this map. That doesn't apply for all push maps, but on Viaduct, it's very simple. You do that every time. It's the best possible play. Oh, the needles. Go. Go. I already knew that the frag was going to happen.
Cheating with that huge status monitor.
You betcha. So, yeah, there's the defense. Basically, an exchange that went even enough and then is getting more frags as things fell out. So, you know, showing kind of the strength, more strength this round from this team as opposed to WW, which was more dominating last time. But a lot of ground just being given to the attacking team on this, and a lot of damage going out onto Izcut. So I think WW can just push forward and take this pre-Uber. I mean, they have a few below people, sure, but really no pressure at all from Red on the other side. They were all hanging back on their side of the point.
I feel like that Izcut probably didn't communicate their damage well enough because they had several people low. They had better health, and then they ceded the point anyways. I feel like they could have just walked into them and fought that.
Yeah, and I think they could have done so much more spam damage if they were just aggressive as a team, but it's like they were afraid to die alone, and certainly if they moved up alone, they would have died. But there's the consequences. They just get mopped up. I mean, they Ubered back in, but Ubering from a position who's on point, close to the enemy team, so much better than having to walk up and retake it. The only thing that I can say about it is they did have an Uber disadvantage there, so perhaps they were just wary of that, but I mean, you take everything you can get up until the point that they pop.
Yeah, it is quite open around the point. I mean, you can easily ride a rocket around. You shouldn't be too afraid of being aggressive, forcing an Uber while you're holding the point.
Yeah, especially because of the way you can surf rockets on this map is you can skim under the bridge, and the bridge makes it so that a soldier must take 2 rockets to jump at you, and if he takes that second jump high, he has his sight blocked for a second. So I think it's a very easy map to survive as medic on in those like push-pull situations over the point. But now we have WW taking a really passive approach to holding this point, but it works out because they get the force out, I guess with some spam damage that went down onto Bella. And now just a fight, but Top Shot, well, not Top Shot, Top Swag something, whatever, died, but then,
I feel like a strategy that used to be used a lot that could benefit a lot of these teams is if the other team is playing really passive, holding the Uber, you can just edge that point with scouts. That used to happen a lot more when the cap time was slower. Teams would be able to hold their combos really passively, and the predominant attacking strat was to just edge the point with those scouts and then eventually force that enemy combo to come out to defend it.
yeah, because of course the last thing you want to do with the first 3 seconds of your Uber is spend it just walking forward. So, I mean, scouts can safely run up to point when the other team's so far away, and then just, you know, put some cap time on it. And I mean, it doesn't take long for a scout to cap this point, so they can get it back pretty quick and force the combo to walk out, and that's when your combo comes in. Just to, you know, completely say everything that you just said. But, I mean, nothing was happening, so it's okay.
But obviously you can't do that if the enemy team has a sniper, which is now being ran by Top Swag.
Yeah, we have Vizcut getting aggressive on point anyways. I guess they have to because there's 5 seconds left. But there's the Uber. Bella, 90%. Meanwhile, Reinar is kind of just cleaning everybody up. No, 95, and that's it. But that's the sad reality of being forced to push with so little time left. With some good, actually, numbers are pretty even here. I mean, one of these guys is coming from spawn, but Reinar, just too many rockets hitting too many people, and
yeah, I feel like they rushed that a little bit. They had a lot of overtime on that point, so that soldier really didn't need to jump back in there. I think if he had kited a little bit with that medic, they may have gotten that Uber. It was at 95%. But I feel like that's really difficult, you know. You don't run into those situations a lot in scrim, so it can be hard to know how to react properly.
Yeah. Oftentimes, all the players see is it's overtime, and you lose as soon as the time's off the point. So you just have to
right.
Go
you just get on that point, even though you do have quite a bit of time for that overtime. Even though it does decay at a 2x rate, is that right?
Yeah, I believe so. Actually, that's kind of a comment that leads me into something that I want to talk about. It has nothing to do with viaduct really, but it's like just desperation to block the point. And what happens a lot, and what I've noticed a lot for myself, especially when I'm playing medic, is when, you know, you're the only one up and you have spawns coming, you feel the need sometimes to go out and fight for point. I mean, you're gonna lose. You delay it for maybe a second, but it's worth considering, you know, the chances of being able to just live and let your spawns fight it for you with buffs, and if they can block it just barely in time, that's way better for you than losing your medic, because losing your medic means you're going to lose the round soon anyways. But that's just, you know, a random tangent. We're going into the second half here, so I'll just put that one on the shelf.
Is this a pyro actually being ran to mid?
Looks like from Viaduct.
So how is he actually going to close this ground versus the demo man?
Well, he managed just to get on the jumping soldier, but the jumping soldier already killed the demo man, and it's just going to, you know, try to flare away and miss all the flares. And then the jumping soldier's going to... Wow, equalizer and then taunt. That is a strat made of steel.
I guess I don't mind it too much in the place of a soldier, since he still has a shotgun. You know, I mean...
Well, he has a flare gun, actually.
He wasn't running shotgun?
Yeah, he's trying to hit flares, but he missed them. In any case, the main story of that mid was the jumping soldier jumped and killed the demo almost immediately. So that's that. A good pop reaction there, but it looks like it's going to be a favorable exchange for Izcut, just based off the Uber timings, but not a lot of damage going out during this longer Uber. So head crab goes down. Top Swag with his team should just be looking to jump onto the enemy medic, and indeed that's what they're doing. Takes him out, takes demo out.
They may win this fight straight up.
Yeah, and that's kind of... I mean, killing the medic doesn't do a lot for you right when you kill him. They managed to defend the point, just barely, but the spawn is going to be too fast, so it's going to be a quick cap for WW. I guess, you know, either Izcut gets a bit more time on it, but it's a little bit better than just losing the exchange straight up, but I think they could have done a better job of putting more damage onto frag classes after that Uber.
Yeah, that was a great job by WW looking to trade players as soon as they lost that point.
Well, I wonder if it was planned because they were like, we're losing this fight, time to jump, or if it was like, our medic is dead, time to jump, you know?
Well, planned or not, great play.
Yeah, but they lose the point. For some reason I was watching Headcrab there, so I couldn't see anything that was going on, but I guess they're just going to take it back
immediately. It wasn't too big of a deal. They'll just cap it back immediately with the numbers. That's okay to not fight it if you know you can get a couple picks.
Yeah, so again, well done by them, I suppose. And actually, are they jumping a soldier forward to spawn? Is he hiding somewhere? I gotta find him.
He's attempting, and he manages to get up there. So let's see if this team manages to check that spot well enough.
I really would have waited for the medic to come through if I was him, but killing the demo's good too.
I agree as well, because if you just trade a fragging class, then that's better for the attacking team. Although it is the demo, man, this will make the push harder without anyone to sort of be able to put out damage from a range while they're eating all this spam trying to get into position with their soldiers.
Yeah, but I mean, he saw the heal beam, and that's a 100% force there as soon as the medic comes through the door. I mean, the demo should have looked, but, you know, whatever.
Mission ends in 60 seconds.
Now we have the roaming soldier from WW coming in as heavy and instantly picking up a kill onto the other roaming soldier trying to jump his demo, so that's actually kind of interesting. He died at the start of the push and comes back as heavy to do the post-Uber cleanup. We all know how good heavies are at post-Uber cleanup against a bunch of people who are trying to reload rockets one at a time and saying, oh god, minigun. So I wonder if Iscut will pull a sniper here just to deal with this heavy, because, well, maybe they shouldn't. Maybe they should just get... Okay, it is sniper. They're going to hope for a couple headshots, or they're just going buffs and pushing.
As well as a heavy of their own. I really like this, except the
heavy went in alone and died.
Yeah.
Other than that, it was good. They do kill the enemy demo man. I'd say demo for heavy is worth it, so it was maybe a very elaborate bait.
Yes, but a very good counter to a heavy is to run heavy and sniper, because you have the heavy as well, but then they also are missing a class that can get aggressive on that sniper. So you know you can have that sniper as well as protect him from the classes that can run up to him.
Yeah, only issue is that does give a lot of your, forward momentum. It takes a hit to your forward momentum, and they only had like 30 seconds left to cap. So I don't know about doing it there, but as an overall strategy on Viaduct, I certainly agree with it. Heavy sniper is very strong. Even heavy double sniper.
If you're not in that desperation cap situation, your forward momentum doesn't matter anyways, because you can't really have forward momentum against the heavy.
Okay, the other game is in warm-up. So I'm going to connect and see what's happening.
Let's do it, marathon.
Quadcast. That's right. There's more posts in the stats. GG. Reschedule for 12:30 Eastern on Illinois. Do you accept? Yes.
Okay, so
10 minutes till this match.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave the stream on, but I'm going to grab a drink because I've been talking for a couple hours. So, I'll just say hi when I'm back, whatever. Maybe we'll be AFK for a bit, but we will be casting this other match, so I hope you've enjoyed the casting so far, and more Viaduct, more hours of Viaduct. Let's do this.
Yeah.
See you guys soon. Alright, I'm back.
Are you talking to Grimo about Diablo 3?
Oh, nice. My overlay sounds true. Alright.
Yeah, so the info is being changed for that because I think they rescheduled, so
Oh, okay.
make sure you grab the new info.
Yeah, I'll just switch over to that server after I finish talking to Grimo about invulnerable minion packs, which are bullshit.
And for the most random pro tip, a casting pro tip, I keep a 1 liter water bottle near me.
Nice.
So it may look like I'm a machine and don't need to take water breaks, but I am. Of course, I just let you do most of the talking anyways, so there's that too.
Did you paste the info to me?
I will send it to you on Steam.
Okay, thanks.
I'll even throw you a free Connect.
Thank you.
I guess I should put it in the stream chat as well. Of course, I can't actually keep the stream open because Flash is a jerk. Not the player, but the plugin. How many people do we have watching anyways? Who's staying for these open matches? 39 viewers? What are you guys doing watching crappy open matches?
Hey man, these are actually pretty good. The last game was good.
Yeah, it was quite good. Whether by accident or by planning, there were some pretty good plays being made. I wonder if that's the effect of having an ex-invite player on your open team. I don't know if it's Ryan R bringing leadership to that team, or if... I guess Jake Rockwell also has a lot of experience.
That's true.
Anyway, it's unlikely that this game will start anytime soon, but we can just hop into the server. And speaking of ex-invite players, what's Mackie playing on this team?
Probably
Does
like
anybody
Spy.
Yes, Spy. You know, I guess it would make sense for him to be playing Scout, given that he likes to play everything except Soldier.
So I actually thought he was on Inferno, but it was only Hell, so that was really easy.
Oh, Grimaud is having trouble on Hell.
Yeah, he ran into vulnerable minions.
Yeah, they're a bunch of jerks even on Hell.
It's true. Those are G-chat messages, actually. I gotta see who's talking to me.
It's not quite the worst because the invulnerable minions can be CC'd, and that does help a lot on Hell, where you can actually live quite a while, even with a bunch of dudes beating on you that you can't shoot at.
Yeah, it's when they start doing like more than your health and single hits of damage that it gets difficult. But still, I mean, invulnerable minion, and they were the snake dudes too, so like you can't even kite them because they go invisible while you're not there, so you can't damage the boss because it's invisible.
I just find that shielding can be almost as annoying. Like, as soon as you pop your Serenity or something, they go shields. Like, you thought you were going to regenerate some spirit? Nope.
Yeah.
Or your smoke screen, or your Wrath of the Berserker, or whatever. Insert cooldown ability.
Well, it's like, I think the worst is just anything on those corrupted angels in Act 4, where they're like 70% resistant to you already. Oh god. I know I promised at the end of the first match that I was going to talk about Diablo again, but I lied. So, suck it up.
Yeah, man, because this is basically the beginning of a new match, so, you know, we're in the same position we were in.
It's true.
So who's complaining that we're talking about Diablo?
Oh, nobody really. I was just, speaking to the future.
Oh, okay.
Get some YouTube comments, maybe? I don't know.
I was like, is it Freight Train watching us?
Is Freight even home right now? I thought he was still working. Yeah, he's not even on Steam. Alright, so let's figure out what's going on with these teams. So, I know one team is like probably, like, people who've been around a while. I mean, Mackey's, wait a second. Mackey's not on the team with Thrasher, he's on the other one, so... Thor?
Yeah, Mackey's on the team with Thrasher.
Ah, dang it, I was just looking at the sides, not the tags. Okay, that makes sense.
Our control point is being captured.
Is Thor rep, or is that, like, somebody else entirely? Is rep playing on someone? Jeez, I don't even know, man.
I don't know, and Defiance isn't here to give us the lowdown. He's our info guy.
Crap. Can anybody tell me? Does anybody watching the stream know? Because I know reps used that tag in the past, but, oh well.
Yeah.
Wait, I'll go on ESEA and check his tag history. We have plenty of time.
Unfortunately, we do not speak open, so we do not know these people.
Wow, big jerks.
That was mean. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with open guys.
Okay, Thor is Ranga. It's not rep. I'll probably just call him Thor, though, because I have a really hard time with names, apparently.
Yeah, I can't even get the teams right half the time. I was like, I'm gonna stop saying Dead Hand Gang and just go with Jam. And
Yeah, I gave up immediately. I don't think I called them Dead Hand Gang more than like once or twice. It's like, it's not happening.
That was the smart play. I shouldn't have even gone for it.
Well, Dead Hand Gang takes too long to say. Like, what do you say? Dead Hand? Dead Hand? DHG?
DHG.
It's too close to DFG. They're talking about other bad games. Oh, I should set up my thingamabob while I'm waiting.
Huge status monitor.
Yeah.
So we'd probably run down the lines for each team if we knew what each person was playing, but we don't. So we'll just have to do it live.
We'll just do it live, and we'll call people by in-game names probably. But thankfully, I mean, Mackie, Blocky, Coolbee, Thrasher, Kraka are all in their real names. So is Mythical. So kudos to Doe. What is their actual name? Team name Subdo. I'm just going to call it Team Doe. And then the other team. Yeah, I guess most of them are on their real names. I've recognized these from a while ago. Just Thor's Rango.
Our team is big, not quite as good as huge, but
yeah, that's true.
You know, not everybody can go huge. Some people just need to stop at big.
We'll see if some people go huge this match. It's a possibility. I mean, Click already went huge with the purple pick. We wanted to play purple. If you're wondering, purple on this map spawns like in here. It's hard to win. What the heck? There's like a... Is this a roast pig? A roast head crab? What is this thing? It's like in the...
Did somebody's hat like fall off when they died?
No, look. If you go through the wall where the ammo pack is, there's like something in the wall there.
The match. We'll have to watch that later because the match is now live.
I'm watching it now. All right. Just kidding. I'll watch the match.
And they're opening with a heavy sniper on Team Doe.
Nice.
So kicking it old school, right?
Yeah. Well, this. I mean, they just play super passive, and then. I mean, you can't jump because there is a heavy, and then you can't not jump because there's a sniper, and there's the heavy and sniper both picking up kills. So that's the pain. And a pretty dominant.
Yeah,
like,
unfortunately, they were thinking sniper because they didn't see Doe come to mid, but then they jumped a soldier and a scout onto that cliff into the face of a stun-up heavy, and that's never going to end well.
Yeah, that's pretty much the picture-perfect way for that kind of exchange to go. They do get the force out. I mean, with a heavy, you can play back and deny the jumps a little bit better, so there's a better chance of not getting forced, but you know, it happened. Now, essentially what they're going to be looking to do is just, we're going to want to pop with a third of the sniper, but Carl Caliente takes out Blackie, and I'm lagging like crazy. I don't know why.
Apparently Blackie is talking because maybe they're not in mumble. Like he's calming.
Oh god. Okay, well at least it's calm. At least they're not singing. But I can't see anything. It's like so.
Yeah, it's lagging quite a bit for me as well. So one thing I want to say is that they slightly mispositioned that heavy. The reason why they got forced so easily was because the heavy was repositioning to cliff, and they happened to jump right when that heavy was repositioning. And then after they got forced, they played the heavy on the ground while the sniper was up top, so he didn't have anybody protecting him from that scout who ran into him. So just a slight mispositioning of that heavy. And Coolbee dropping Uber to the jumping soldier and a pause, I suppose? Maybe they're trying to get their mumble working again?
Yeah, I guess if mumble crashed, that would be what they're up to. Let me just check Steam real quick. See who's in the server. Because I saw Mackie lagging pretty badly at one point. He couldn't really walk. And I know like Mythical showing some really high ping along with Coolbee, so lots of issues apparently. This has already been rescheduled once, so is that Comcast routing, perhaps? I don't know.
That could be. Are they Canadians?
Mythical is. I thought Coolbee was from the States. Wait, is Mythical? I thought he was. I can't remember. Alright, they just went to 11 on the server. I don't see who... Now 10? What's going on? They're like dropping people from the server. There's 2 people gone from Doe, looks like? Can't tell. Let me count some numbers here.
Okay, so this is later, therefore, is it time for the vehicle of esports speech?
Alright. Well, Why don't you do the honors?
I don't remember well enough. I just remember Tasteless talking about vehicle of esports, so don't get mad at
Oh man, okay. Well, I'll try my best then. I was trying to pass it off to you because I don't know that well either.
No,
but
it
has to
alright.
do with
We don't have to do it.
we got this, man. We promised earlier, and now we're gonna do it. So, just like in regular sports like soccer and baseball, you have things get rained out, things you can't play matches because of weather conditions and stuff like that. It's the same in esports. You have lag problems, you have server issues, and this is just like a sudden thunderstorm, and it could even be getting caused by a sudden thunderstorm. It's just parallels everywhere. Sports, esports, it's all the same, man. It's all the same world. I don't do it justice, but I think it's something like that.
I don't remember it all, so we will. So that was better than anything I could have come up with, so we'll go with that.
All right, I'll take a bow. You can't see me because I don't have a webcam, but there you go. So it looks like one reconnected. I'm just watching the server info on Steam, so it's 11 out of 12 right now. And
Yeah, so crashes really suck on viaduct because if you lose somebody on a 5 CP map, it's likely that you can hold the choke well enough to make up for it, but you don't really have a choke at all to defend.
Yeah. And it looks like Cool B crashed as well because she's not in the server right now. Actually, wait a sec. Showstopper's joining, so they're switching people out. In server right now they have Kraka, Blackie, Thrasher, Mackie, and Showstopper. So they drop Mythical and Cool B, who are the people with high ping. Interesting.
Well, that's unfortunate to see in a playoff match, having to bring in a backup.
Yeah, and they just had Foreign Affairs join as well, so it's 2 backups. But it's hard to say with a team like this. I mean, it's probably just like 20 people on the roster who are all have been around for forever. But in any case, Mackie with the bomb onto the medic doesn't manage to get the kill, but gets the force. I didn't see that. It was post Mackie's death. I was on his camera, so that's that. There's Crack going down as well, probably contributing to the suicide. Blackie trading with a scout. That's good for him. And now we should just... Well, this would be a bigger advantage, but... Oh, wait. Okay, Coolby's still in the game, so the crash happens soon. But they're just pushing with the buff advantage and the fact that they've got 1 scout kill. Thrasher moving up this heavy off the cliff here. Kobe takes a rocket and goes down. That's the danger of pushing without Uber, is you can't just pop to save yourself. They were trying to make a quicker play, but couldn't make it happen.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen Kobe stick a little bit closer to that heavy, because she died to a jumping soldier, and it's sort of difficult to die to a jumping soldier if you just stay on that heavy.
Are they talking again or something? Because I'm getting unbelievable.
Yes, they are calming again.
I swear, guys, it's not my stream. It's Source TV.
So not only is there mumble down, but they're also lagging in game.
Yeah, so rough start for them. There's a force play coming out. We'll be probably just going to look up to get the heck out here. Maybe tarrying a bit too long, but they got the force and no soldier immediately jumped to try to kill the enemy medic, so they're okay. I can kind of see Mythical lagging a lot right here. The switch of players should be coming up soon. It feels like it's been a while, and oh man, my timing is good. So here we have Blackie switching to medic for now, because Coolby's lagging too bad, I guess, and looks like they're just doing a suicide in the meantime while they get things sorted out. And that makes perfect sense. Or the medic's there and they're actually just pushing and muscling them out with the power of the heavy. He almost goes down, but not quite.
Yeah, and it seems like most of the very effective pushes we've seen on Viaduct have been teams leading a scout, and then the scout gets a frag and forces the other team to waste some shots on them, and then they just follow up with the heavies. And in this case, literally, the heavy.
Yeah, but Big coming back in big with a bunch of kills, including... Oh, okay. It was forced by time. I was like, man, they're losing their medic. What's going on? I wasn't even looking at the clock. So,
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if they got their backup players into that fight. You know, I felt like they pushed before they had managed to get in.
yeah, I mean, that round was such a mess for Doe. I hope they don't let it affect their mentality because they had so many issues. Like, it wasn't like they were really playing the game. Mackie coming in aggressive, gets a huge amount of damage into Hooli, and then the Thrasher comes in to finish off the job. So it's 3v3. Normally this is an advantage in the fight for the rank classes, but this went on for a while, so Blackie had a lot of time to get a bunch of heals out. And if I reload my HUD, that's not Cool B, that's Foreign Affairs, who's pistoling away at Bopper. I really do like how Red's playing this. Like, you know, they give the point. A lesser team might think they have their medic alive, so they have the advantage to your power, but it's smarter to just give the point there because they didn't have the Frank classes. Blackie would have died for sure if they committed. And now they're in a great position to take back, and I think they're not even going to use Uber for this. Where Big should be jumping on their faces right now, but they just gave it to them. And now they're jumping. Okay, well that's not too bad.
Yeah, well done with their patience, but I feel like they're, even when they're running things like heavy sniper, they're not protecting the sniper. You know, if you're gonna run a sniper, that's the focus of your play. You need to protect them at all costs.
Right. We have Mackie going sniper now. Thrasher's gonna stay on soldier. I guess that makes sense because he's their only soldier. And the Uber advantage, because they did get the force out, so Uber advantage for Big. They're going to pop early and just take ground on point. Doesn't look like any frags are going down yet. Oh, sorry. There's a kill on Thrasher, but I mean, well played by both teams there. They popped the Uber, they try to get the point. It would have been nice to get more frags from Big, but, you know, what can you do? And Blackie gets out, so frame class kills don't matter all that much. It's more important that they get the cap and don't lose too many of their own.
Yeah, so as soon as they get these spawns, they're in a great position to take back this point. But, you know, as long as Big gets their medic out, they can just keep leapfrogging this back and forth.
Yeah, there's the bomb. Gets the Uber pop with a couple people going down from Big. I mean, effectively that's what they're saying. We're going to lose the point, so we're going to suicide make you pop, and that's what they did. So now they just get their... No, no!
Oh, no. There was no reason for that medic to stay there. Just run back into spawn so you don't get forced.
Yeah, now...
Without your numbers there.
What they should have done is, yeah, just backed up and then gone with Uber advantage in numbers, but instead they went Uber advantage in 3 down. They might still be able to win the fight. But it's a big... yeah, I don't think they're going to win it, actually. It's a big disadvantage. They needed to keep that Uber. Absolutely needed to keep that Uber. And I thought he was out safely. That's why I wasn't even watching. But I guess they stayed too close at Cliff and they got forced by Soldier.
And the medic just died to some spam pipes over the cliff.
Oh, God. It's one thing after another. And Doe showing, yeah, well, we had a lot of problems in the first round, technically, but they're playing better this round, so they certainly look stronger right now. We'll see how this match progresses, but Doe in a great position on this round. I mean, Big has to force them here. That's going to take 20 seconds if they get a successful suicide, and then they need to make a successful push with Uber, and then they need to hold the point for 1:40. I mean, this is before they even have a chance to cap this. There's going to be barely any time left. Looks like there's going to be a spy play is the plan. And here's the suicide coming in. They get the force, so that's step 1. Now they just all need to die and then respawn and go.
Right, and you know, just watching this just shows you how big of a deal that was to get their Uber forced, you know, without their respawns, because basically they were just in this exact same position except with a minute more on the clock, and now they're repeating these steps that didn't get them an advantage last time because of that medic positioning.
Yeah. I mean, this should be their point to win, and no force coming out. They're milking this Uber, and they just killed Blackie with some long-range rockets. I didn't see what else did damage to him, but Blackie does go down there, so that's what Big needs to get back in the round. They get forced by a Soldier, but it's not too bad because Blackie just spawned, so this next exchange is going to be even. And Doe can opt to, well, they have a sniper, so chances are the play is just going to be a slow push with sniper babysitting, but they could opt to push here, or they could opt to suicide here. It's, you know, all up to them.
And either works, and you can even do the half push into suicide, which I haven't really seen too much. Teams are electing to really keep their medic way far back in their suicides that we've seen so far today.
Right. So it looks like they're moving up pretty aggressively. Big just holding way back along point. Thrasher, actually, they're kind of just letting them walk on point. I don't know if that's the greatest, but they do kill Thrasher before the cap goes, so I guess it works out. And now here comes the pressure just piling on, so maybe that's the play. They just spam until they get something, and then, you know, clean things up. But Blackie poking it out of there. He's alive. Actually, all the way back.
I feel like, you know, their play was sort of to bait them in and then jump on them, but that really shouldn't have worked against the sniper. If they gave the sniper that much room, he should have been able to hit a shot.
Yeah, here we have kind of a subpar Uber coming in. They dropped Thrasher right at the start of it, so it's a rough situation, but now it's just this one fight. I mean, there's plenty of overtime, so it's just going to be about fragging. Mackie making a big bomb, not too much damage there, but you know, even numbers. Thrasher using the quick spawns coming back in, and the Demo Man going down. Tons of damage on both teams. Almost everybody in the server is in the red. Looks like it's going to come right down to the wires. Blackie Monster is alone on point. Can they get a spawn in time? The point ticking down really fast. And Taunt's going out. Foreign Affairs spawns. I don't think he's going to make it. So just inches from managing to get that cap. And that's a 2-0 lead for Big coming into the later part of the first half.
Yeah, I feel like the fights we've seen have gone Doe's way, but then they just lose their medic in really bad ways, either at a trail end of a push or, you know, in the first round to disconnections and lag.
Yeah, I mean, it's possibly a symptom of, like, this isn't their regular lineup. I don't think Blackie has been playing medic for them. I think it's been Cool B mainly, and just because of lag, they're changing it up, but perhaps we'll see them settle more into this as the match goes on. I mean, Blackie has invite experience, and a lot of these other players, like Mackey's invite, obviously, they've been around for a long time, so they should be able to settle in and find their rhythm as we get into the second half, at least.
And unfortunately, someone who hates soldiers isn't here to complain about the equalizer kill that just came out.
It's still legal, guys. Now here's Mackie going for free scout kill. He's sitting above the door. Nice. And that's kind of just a nice play for a roamer to make there, because obviously it's bad to trade, but it's nice to, you know, take a high probability fight like that. And I can't figure out why Doe is holding so far. Oh, right, because the medic kill. I'm dumb. But they pour in with a lot of aggression and manage to clean things up. The question is who are you going to get out? He's a long way away, he's really low. I think he's safe. But just a wave of fragging coming out from Doe, and that gives them more time here, which is making this round look pretty good for them.
Yeah, I've seen some excellent timing in collapsing from both these teams. That was a nice job. Both they timed it well, so everybody was in, and they timed it just before the point got capped, so they keep that clock ticking.
Yeah, Suicide coming in on the Blackie, he mulks away. Nice positioning and nice cover from his team, so just putting the nail into the coffin. Klicka making another spy play. Last time he picked Mackie. Looks like he's just still moving from their side, so I don't know if this is going to lead to a full push. Like, it's kind of a rough timing to be on spy. Like, with the suicide would have been better.
Yes, it is.
Because
I don't really like this.
Yeah.
I think he should have either died or
he got seen. He's dead.
Yeah, this is just basically he just created a 5v6 for his team instead of what he really wanted was the other way around.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you're scout there, you can just come in behind the push, and it's, you know, a standard deal on the exchange. But if you're spy, you're basically delaying the amount of time that your suicide lasts for. I'm fine with spy on a suicide, but spy during a push, it hinges all too much on whether you get seen or not. And I think if we look at the probabilities of spy plays over all the seasons, chances are you're going to get caught.
That's right. You know, he could have maybe, you know, shot at them to get them to look at him and then pushed in with the Uber behind that instead of going for a stab.
Yeah, but now we have a nice transition push coming out of Big. I wasn't paying enough attention to spawns to really tell what facilitated that for them, or the health, or whatever, but they make a Uberless push and put themselves in a nice position to retake. Blackie manages to slip out with really low life back to spawn, so now it's going to be an Uber versus Uber situation. Mackie starting to open the door with a few body shots, chipping damage in, and there's a big headshot on the Bopper. Along with a couple people they already have dead, I think it's just going to be a Doe looking to take this point without popping. And looks Blue wants to force the exchange. I kind of agree with this because it gives them time for their spawns to get back in. And, you know, an Uber exchange can go in their favor, but it looks like the frags are just not going their way. And that should be round for Doe. I mean, there's going to be one last desperate pile onto point. At this point, I just expect to see Stickies going up on the rock on the point. That should seal this round.
5, 4, 3, 2, alert.
Well, they get the entry frag. Let's see if they can take position on point.
Yeah, Showstopper
Their
putting
health is really
ton
bad
there.
overall.
Yeah, there it goes.
Yeah, I have to say I really agree with that play as well because they had plenty of time to get their medic out.
Victory.
And they were going to lose the point anyway, so anybody who did die other than the medic would have gotten the fast respawn. So I think that was an okay play to go in, buy a few seconds with that Uber.
Yeah, that's one thing I really like about Uber. And, okay, whatever. It's especially noticeable like on Grand Second when you delay there, because an Uber delays the fight by 10 seconds. So if you have more spawns than they have joining the fight in the next 10 seconds, it's usually a good idea to Uber. But putting that aside, moving back onto viaduct here with Blue getting really aggressive on the point, and just more
Not
damage.
aggressive enough, I think, versus the sniper. Mackie is getting these shots. He will hit one eventually.
That's what the deal is. Okay, it's a sniper. I didn't understand why Doe was playing so far back, but I wasn't even watching. Here's Carl jumping up onto Mackie. Nice 3-shot. Well, in the air, takes him down. Now Doe reeling back. Thrasher goes down. I accept Blackie dropping him there. It would have been a terrible place to pop. He's going to spawn fast enough, so it's clearly a marked decision not to pop on your pocket, because it would have just been awful if he had. And now Carl and Click it down, so that's going to make it easy for Doe to just walk forward and have an exchange on point. But like I said, exchanges delay the thing, and scouts come back pretty fast, so oh man, fatal
So
fight.
that was a pretty good decision to force the issue by Big, because the longer that stalemate went, the higher the probability of Mackie getting a pick. And instead, they initiate the Uber exchange while they're holding the point.
Yeah, nicely done by them there. And despite Showstopper hitting a massive air shot onto a soldier, they lose the push. What? Air shots don't make TF2, but Hooli living with 1 HP. Thanks a lot, Regen. What is going on tonight? And now, yeah, just too much damage on Big from a few
Nice bomb, very nice bomb there.
Yeah, well timed too. Like right as they cap the point, they're not in a position set up to deflect that kind of thing yet. So
So let's see if Mackie can make a pick. He can be the saving grace for his team right now, facing this large Uber advantage.
yeah, just locking my camera on Mac already. He's looking for the medic. Looks like he's delaying the shot, and Ops just rip the pocket's head off, leave a bloody stump there, and
Unfortunately, nobody from Doe is trying to force. Perhaps they put all their faith in Mackie to get that medic pick.
I mean, it can't hurt to put your faith in Mackie and then also have a bunch of people piling in. I mean, what else are they going to do, actually?
Right, because, you know, they just died anyways and now they're spawning. But unfortunately, Blackie did go down. I didn't quite see how that happened.
He got picked off by a soldier who was in their house, actually the same soldier who put the pressure onto Mackie. And he was up forward, like, below bridge, kind of. I'm not sure why he came so far forward on what should have been a suicide play, but, you know, just trying to buff as much as possible. And here comes the suicide play again. I mean, it's the only option they have while the Ubers are like this. So there's the pop. Now Blackie just needs to get out of there, so nice surf. As you can see, not quite managing to get out. I mean, I was talking earlier about how the bridge kind of blocks soldiers a bit, but there's only so far that you can go with it. You know, being up forward in front of the bridge when the other team is Uber is kind of asking for it. But there's Maggie. He gets a kill on a scout, and actually, with these spawn times, this fight is going to last for a few seconds, and then Doe's going to have a massive member advantage, and Hooli gets caught, eats a rocket from Mackey's jump, and he goes down, so he's going to be dead for quite a while. This point is not going to cap right away, so he won't get a fast spawn either. So this is Doe's best chance to get back into the round here, but Showstopper taking a lot of focus damage, and Klicka getting killing Blackie. To kind of halt those push. Now they're just diving in. Here's Mackie into this fight again. Nice rockets taking out Carl. Medics needling away.
Yeah, I feel like Doe will take this back on the strength of their spawns, but they have an awful long time to hold this point.
Yeah, plus, I mean, Blackie did die there, so it's... Yeah, you're like... Bleh, bleh. You really need the buffs. Like, they win the point finally, but now the spawn advantage is gone. Look at Thrasher's timer. He's like, he was 15 seconds away.
I don't think it'll be possible for Doe to, you know, even if they kill everybody here, Big is just going to get their spawns.
It might even kill everybody here, actually, but Big has plenty of time. I mean, it's kind of...
Actually, yeah, Big, a little bit impatient, streaming a little bit too much. You know, they had 5 people there, but instead of grouping in and going at once, they sort of just went one by one, and that allowed Doe to keep almost everybody up.
I think the odds are still on their side, though.